it's another exciting edition of BizTech on GhanaWeb TV. I am Na Oyokote, and I'm pleased to bring to you a refreshing update of business news that made headlines during the week, as well as an exclusive interview. Now, the United Nations has warned that at the current levels, the earth is likely to be awash with 12 billion tons of plastic garbage in the middle of the century. According to the world body, up to 5 trillion of grocery bags are used each year, and just like any plastic garbage, barely any is recycled. But Ghanaian entrepreneur Nelson Boateng, king on going green, is doing amazing stuff with plastic waste and using plastic waste for value. My colleague Desmond Frimpong has more.
The disposal of plastic waste is a highly visible global problem. From the highest mountains to the deepest ocean trenches, plastic waste seems to be inescapable, and even in natural conditions, it seems to be indestructible. But day in, day out, people release plastic waste into the system on a very large scale. This has led to a consensus of people believing that plastics are not sustainable materials. Yes, they may be a problem, an enormous one indeed, but do they necessarily have to be? Well, Nelson Boateng thinks otherwise, because he's turning plastic waste into sustainable buildings. Let's meet him. Mr. Nelson, I'm really mesmerized by your activities, because it looks like you're using one stone to kill two birds, in the sense that you are solving Ghana's sanitation problem and also giving accommodation to people. How did the story even begin?
Okay, so Plast started by recycling plastic waste, that's the pure water sachet, only pelletize them and sell it to those into polybag manufacturing. But that very year, that's 2013, we brought in our own polybag manufacturing, a polybag machines to produce the polybag ourselves. But 2015, 2016, where the government was putting threat on polybag manufacturing companies, that they are going to ban the polybag manufacturing bags, we decided that we have to look or turn to a business that is more sustainable, a business that we will not hear our names on the radio that we are big contributors of this cause, that's polluting the environment, it causes flood and other things. So that's how come we started with the plastic recycling, by turning all kinds of plastic. Now it's not pure water sachet, but all kinds of plastic waste into building materials like the paving block, Lego bricks, etc.
So then you started with the manufacturing of plastic itself, and you're selling to the general public, but then because of threat of probably a shutdown, maybe because the government is staying on limiting the usage or controlling the plastic waste in Ghana, you decided to have a paradigm shift into what you are doing now?
Yes. And also, like, we feel bad anytime they mention plastic is causing pollution in the environment, also causing flood. Living things are dying when they eat them, like the fish, what's the name? The goat and other animals, they eat them and they get choked and die. So we also feel bad that we are a big contributor to this problem.
Okay. Exactly. You're feeling bad, you're a big contributor to pollution, but how did this story even start? What was the inspiration?
Looking at plastic being a problem, a global issue, and the fact that people have this perception about plastic, that plastic is bad, let's ban it. Meanwhile, we are not thinking about what we did to come by this problem. We have plastic problem. We also have housing problem. We have school problem. For us, because we've been in the industry for a very long time, we know what plastic can do. We have to put in research together and come up with a product that will go out not to pollute, but also to solve another problem. That's the paving block and the Lego bricks that we use in building houses. That is how come we introduce that.
So did you formally train for this?
I've been in the plastic industry for a very long time. At the age of 30, I started working already. So I have this experience in plastic recycling extruders.
Okay, so how's the reception been so far, especially when you had to quit doing plastic and to going after plastic to do what you're doing now?
The journey is very tough. Yeah, it's very, very tough. Like, you are into manufacturing of polybag, which brings in money more. Now, in Ghana, we don't really cherish green businesses, especially at the banks. When you go in as a new company, they want to see your financials for 3 years before they can even assist you. So the journey is tough. I wouldn't say it's easy. It's very tough.
So, and also being in the plastic business for a long period of time, as you said, for 13 years, how easy has it been for you to even source your raw materials for your production?
We have over 300 collectors, and they have the capacity to take about 20,000 kilos of plastic waste from the environment. But the problem here is us. We can't recycle all of them. That is the problem, because when they get the 20,000, we can only do 3,000 kilos daily. The rest, we have to tell them to take it back, or we stop them for months from bringing the plastic waste.
I'm just curious, so do you just go about looking for plastics and pick them up and come and treat them and turn them into what you use them for?
The collectors bring them, okay. If it's just sand, we can use them because we need sand in our product to make it fire resistance. If there are food debris or other foreign materials apart from the sand, we need to wash them out before we process them to the product.
And before we came here, we went to your plants, your company where things run, and we saw a lot of plastic waste. I don't know if I'm right to call them plastic waste being there. One thing that I'm also glad about when people start doing their own business is the fact that they are also helping other people have jobs. Are you able to touch on that for us?
Like I said earlier on, we have created job over 300. That's the waste pickers, and then direct. First, we were 63 direct workers employed. Yeah.
So let's just dovetail into how your production is done. Are you able to walk us through how your production is done?
So the collected plastics being brought to the factory, we crush them and wash them if necessary. Then we semi-dry them. We mix 30% of the plastic with 70% sand. Then if the customer requires colors, then we put the pigment in. That's the colors, we call them pigment. We mix them together, then we feed them to the extruder. It will pass through 3 heating zones. Then the final product will come out as paste-like form. It will be scaled for us to have a uniform tile size, then put in a mold with a cooling system. Then we press it under hydraulic press. It takes about 30 seconds to 1 minute to eject one product, depending on the size and the thickness.
Okay. So in a regular day, how many are you able to produce?
In full capacity, we should be doing 800 to 1,500, depending on the size. Okay. It depends on the size of bricks that we are producing.
Okay. So then it's just bricks you are making?
Bricks.
Okay.
Bricks, yes.
Are you able to also talk about the cost? I'm sure people are watching, then they would want to even know how much these things cost, especially when you're using plastic. They may want to compare how much it will cost using plastic and then the other alternatives that we have.
Our products are over 30% cheaper than the concrete or traditional building material that we have. Like this house, it will be sold for 60,000 Ghana cedis. Yeah. So with price-wise, plastic products are cheaper and stronger. Not because the price is low, means the product is inferior. It's very strong. We had the strength test from GSA and Ghana Highway Authority, which proves that the product is stronger than the normal concrete building that we have. According to research, plastic takes over 500 years to start degrading. So is the product, because the product is just made up of plastic and sand is 1,000 years forever. But the plastic will take 500 years to start degrading. So is the product. Now, when we talk about earthquake and what will happen to the bricks, every rigid wall, like the concrete walls that we have, is very stiff, right? Rigid. When there's a crack, when there's a shake under the earth, sometimes we can't feel it. It will crack. we'll see cracks on the wall because it's very rigid. These bricks are laid without cement. They have the ability to expand and contract when there's shakes from the earth. So these bricks that we are seeing here, there wouldn't be crack. Water or salt doesn't have effect on it. It will reduce your yearly maintenance, and it's very durable. It lasts for a lifetime.
So we live in a country that a lot of us are used to concrete, probably cement and things like that. And since this is somewhat new, there may be certain fears. Talk about durability, talk about is it being able to withstand certain weather conditions in a country, especially heat and plastic. How different is plastic for building from the other alternatives that we already enjoy?
Okay, so the product is not made up of 100% plastics. It's just 30% plastic and 70% sand. The sand serves as a fire retardant, the product. Like the way people are thinking is plastic. When there's fire, what will happen? It will catch flames. No. It will burn very, very slow as our traditional concrete block because the sand content is more. Second, when we talk about heat, the bricks are designed in such a way that there's a groove in between, like in the middle of the brick, that will not allow the heat from outside to penetrate and also maintain the temperature of the inner part of the brick. That's inside where we are now. And it's been stuffed with fiber. And the finishing is made up of POP. We all know POP cement cannot burn. So it's 2-in-1. So this product wouldn't burn as to what people are thinking or the perception people have over plastic when there's fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really then this home is made up out of?
It's made up of 13,400 kilos of plastic waste.
Oh, nice.
From our gutters and beaches.
From our gutters and beaches.
Yeah.
Okay. Very impressive. So then I believe you're into mass scale production now. What are some of the reactions that you get from your patrons?
They like the product not because it's cheaper, but because of the durability. Yeah, that is the feedback we're having from them. Okay. Not because the price is cheap, that's why they are running for it. Because it's stronger. And it's a product that when you buy or when you purchase, you are saving the environment. Because the more you purchase, the more I need to get the workers to get the plastic from the environment and produce more.
Okay. So then simply put, you just make the bricks and then you sell to people who want to make buildings and that's it. Yeah. So you don't make the homes or the house or it's a package that if another person, someone wants to, you offer?
Yes, for now, when you have your land, we'll come and build for you, they recharge you. According to the size of the room. Yes, according to, because some want their rooms to be bigger with every room WC installed. So it depends the size that you bring to us.
Well, interesting is getting, I saw a couple of videos and now I am here with a man telling me what really the deal is. We are going to go for a quick break and when we are back, we'll explore some more.
Hi, my name is Nanama McBrown. I'm proud to be part of GhanaWeb Road Safety Campaign. Please, do the right thing. Save a life. Brim.
Welcome back from that short break and we're still here with Mr. Nelson Boateng, the owner of Nel Plus Ghana. Mr. Nelson, I'm curious, how has patronage been in terms of, let me just put it this way, where are you getting your patrons from? Is it all local? Do we have people international wanting to patronize your product?
Okay, so for now, we have customers locally. None of them are from outside.
Okay. And then I was reading your bio and it looks like you've chugged a lot of successes and then it has come with a lot of awards. Are you able to walk us through some of them?
The first award that we had is from GUBA, that's Ghana UK based achievement. We also have one from Green Environment. So many of them. Okay. Yeah, we have so many awards.
Okay. Because I'm asking all these questions because sometimes you may have a very good idea and all these things catapult you to letting people know you. But let's talk about capital. How easy has it been for you to even access it, for you to expand?
It's very difficult, like I said, in my early explanations. Green businesses in Ghana are suffering. If you want to go green, then you really need to prepare yourself that this is what I'm going to face, because the honest truth is, it's not easy to go green in Ghana because of the support is not enough to scale you where you want to be.
So then how did you do it?
Perseverance. I can't give up. Where I've reached, I can't go back again.
Okay.
That I want to start another plastic. I work in the plastic industry for a very long time. At the age of 13, all I know is plastics, and I love it, and that's what I want to do to save the environment.
So then it's out of personal funds, or probably donor support, family support. That's the kind of question I'm asking.
Okay, so I have family support. I have some little grants. Like I said, but the grants is not pushing us where we want to be, what we want to achieve. We want the ordinary Ghanaians to also own a house, and that requires a very huge sum of funds to be pumped in. Yeah, so.
But what's your comment on Ghana's housing deficit? That it looks like you are in a way helping us to close the gap. What's your comment on it?
Like what I've seen is we have a problem called plastics pollution in Ghana. We have a problem, schools under trees. We have a problem, housing deficit. We have a problem of unemployment. We can use one of them, that's the plastic waste, to solve the other three problems that we have. The plastic that is giving us problem can solve another problem. So what I would say is, if the government want to fight plastics, this is the way to go. By adopting this technology, at least some of the paving contracts that they have, they can give it cheap in neoplast to do the walkways. Because the more we have these projects, the more the plastic from our environment will be disappearing or will be turning to another product that wouldn't go out to pollute again. We will have unemployment reduced, our housing deficit will be reduced, schools under trees will be eliminated. So that is what I believe, if the government take a second look at, it will really help the country.
Okay. Have you got any words for other entrepreneurs who may be watching you and then maybe taking inspiration from your feat so far?
What I would say is, if you really want something, even if it will kill you, as long as it will benefit humanity, you should do it. Because heavens, I believe, once you are thinking about humanity, heavens will be on your side, and you will achieve your goal.
Okay, before I go, why do you think plastic is the future? I mean, currently we are saying it as a big problem, but why do you think that? Well, we can redirect our thoughts to believing that it's the future. Why do you think so?
What I would say is, the plastic is not a problem. We are the problem, because people have the perception that plastic is polluting the environment. Ask yourself, the plastic, they never fly from the factory or stores to the street or the beaches or the drainage. We carry them there. Our attitude is what we need to work on. People say, let's replace plastic with paper. Do you know the number of trees that will be cut if we are to go in for paper? And even the process of producing a paper, the water you waste, if the paper got rotten on the ground, the poisonous chemical that is being released to the earth, you have no idea. If we change to paper, because we have the same attitude in us, that attitude will be transferred to the paper. So what we need to change is our attitude of disposal. That is what I can say.
Mr. Nelson, thank you so much for talking to us. Well, I am very much enlightened about how plastics are actually being transformed into greater stuff that now it's even been transformed to concrete material that we used to build, and in a way also helping us reduce our housing deficits in the country. My name is Desmond Frimpong, and thank you so much for watching.
interesting interview right there. But our friend Jefferson Seniaja is on standby to help us with some useful internet tools.
Welcome back to Tech Bits. My name is Jefferson Seniaja. This week we're going to go on our final series of iPhone tricks. And in our final series we're going to learn something different. Something that will help us get things done easily. Shortcuts, maybe? Let's give it a try.
Back on an iPhone. Now, ever wondered why you spent so much time on your phone and wondered why and which apps are causing you to spend so much time on your phone? Now, Apple has a great feature called Screen Time. Screen Time is an application or a setting in iPhone that allows you to see how much time you have spent on each application or per category, whether it's entertainment, whether it's business, whether it's mail. Apple has a great feature called Screen Time. Now, all we just need to do is go back to our settings again and we search for Screen Time. Screen Time is right on the settings page. So it's called Screen Time. And under Screen Time, it says Jefferson's iPhone. And the first thing you're going to see is it shows that this week alone, today is a Tuesday. So this week alone, I have spent 6 hours, 41 minutes, 6 hours, 41 minutes on my phone. And it shows everything in terms of breakdown, downtime, app limits. You can add limits on how long you can even spend on an app. You can even set communication limits, how long that. And what normally happens is that when you reach a particular limit, it just sends you a screen and even can cut you off depending on how much you can you've set for a specific application. You can easily turn that settings off, by the way. But Screen Time is a great tool to have. There's even a breakdown of day-to-day which apps you're using, like I mentioned earlier on, which apps you're using per minute. So great, you can even put it in terms of category and see, okay, I'm spending so much time on social media, I'm spending so much time on entertainment, creativity, productivity, and even travel. So you can just break it all the way down. Clearly, I'm spending so much time on my WhatsApp and After Music app. So this is a great tool to have. It's already on the app. It comes automatically with the new iOS versions. And I encourage you to see what it is, even by day or by week, which you can tell is 6 hours. So today I have spent 3 hours, 41 minutes on my phone working, hopefully. Thank you.
So, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.
I hope you learned a thing or two with your smartphone. But we move straight to biz headlines for the week. And our first story is a close government source has indicated that the new Development Bank of Ghana is expected to begin operations with a seed capital of $1 billion. This amount is expected to come from the government, its development partners, and other secondary donor institutions. From all indications, the new development bank is going to be a wholesale bank that will raise long-term funds for capital market players and other banks. It aims at helping direct credit to areas that private investors may not want to venture into due to their risky nature. The initial agreement was that the government of Ghana will contribute an equity capital of $250 million. Also, the World Bank agreed to contribute $250 million. Out of the $250 million from the World Bank, a portion is expected to be used to make all the necessary arrangements for the DBG to fully commence. Now, the Ghana Revenue Authority on Thursday, May 20, 2021, closed down 7 oil marketing companies in Accra for failing to pay their taxes. These 7 include Santol Limited, Great Petroleum, Life Petroleum, Sawis Petroleum, Deleman and Co Limited, Petra Energy, and Sonidom Limited. According to the GRA's Chief Revenue Officer at the Debt Management Unit, Nathaniel Ni Okaintete, attempts made for owners of these affected companies These affected companies, I beg your pardon, to pay their petroleum taxes to the GRA proved futile, hence they closed down.
For those that we are working on, and we started somewhere during the week, we started with Santor Limited. Santor Limited, that is owing 57,398 Ghana cedis, 141 Ghana cedis, 90 pesos. Then we have Grid Petroleum, that is owing 253,969 Ghana cedis. Sawis Petroleum is owing Ghana Revenue Authority and the government 5,122,387 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos. And we have Sonidom, where we are now. Sonidom is owing 862,702 Ghana cedis, 13 pesos. For now, these are the oil marketing companies that are owing. That we are working on them in Accra. The warrant gives us the permission, and it allows us, wherever we should find an asset belonging to any of these oil marketing companies, to attach them. So we will be continuing in Accra. We'll be following you wherever you are.
Our next news headline is on mobile money. And Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has disclosed that the total value of mobile money transactions for 2020 was 569 billion Ghana cedi. According to him, the introduction of the service and its interoperability feature has rendered Ghana one of the fastest growing mobile money markets in Africa. Speaking at the Fit Ghana CEO Summit held on Monday, May 17, the Vice President touted the mobile money service as one that has assisted many to own electronic accounts like that of a bank account.
Because of mobile money interoperability, bank accounts or mobile money accounts are essentially functioning like bank accounts. The data shows that Ghana currently is the fastest growing mobile money market in Africa, and the total value of mobile money transactions in 2020 during this pandemic was 569 billion Ghana cedis. That's about $100 billion in 2020. It's just mind-boggling, right? Mobile money transactions in 1 year, because of interoperability, have reached $100 billion.
Now to the oil and gas sector. The Institute for Energy Securities says ENI Ghana Exploration and Production Limited and Springfield E&P must, with immediate effect, see through signing their unitization and unit operating agreement to complete the unitization of the Afina and Sankofa fields as directed by the government of Ghana. Now, according to the organization, available data in the first quarter of 2021 shows that unitization of the two entities working in Ghana's petroleum fields may well be one of the many responses to the possible stranded hydrocarbon assets from the global energy transition, and will, in the end, attract investment into the upstream petroleum sector from the coming green revolution. In a release copied to GhanaWeb, the IES noted the shift in global investments towards green energy and solutions, hence the urgent need for ENI and Springfield to drill out Ghana's crude while there is still demand. Still on the oil and gas sector, the Tama oil refinery is on the verge of total collapse due to an array of debts owed to some utility service providers in the country. Key among them is the Ghana Water Company Limited, which has cut water supply to the refinery for close to 1 month due to its inability to pay accumulated water bills amounting to 4 million Ghana cedis as at March 2021. Our independent investigations into the woes of Tor reveal that currently the company relies on its 11,200 cubic meters capacity water reservoir for its operation. Water is a key component in petroleum refinery, and its unavailability could pose a huge challenge to TOR's operations. On our final story, the Ghana Bankers Association has disclosed ongoing discussions with stakeholders to allow the Ghana card to be recognized as the primary identification document for financial transactions in the sector. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the association, John Ewa, a third-party provider along with the National Identification Authority, will ensure the rollout of the system in the coming weeks. The National Identification Card is coming on stream, and in the background, we are working with the National Identification Authority and the third-party provider of that system to ensure that we can have a parallel system where over the coming weeks, you will hear that you can go to a bank with your national ID card and you can be positively identified. That is John Ewa, the Chief Executive of the association. That's it for this week's edition of BizTech on GhanaWeb TV. But log on to www.ghanaweb.com for more news stories. Get interactive with us on all our social media pages. We are the GhanaWeb on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel, GhanaWeb TV. My name is Na Oyokote. Thanks for sticking with us.